Boal, Boal is a hot topic. The importance of Boal is around literacy. He never did anything not related to literacy, right? So he had a project where people would just communicate using a camera, right? And so the pictures itself told stories. It's all about literacy, and empowering people to read and write the world, change the world, what's going on. There's a disconnect there because sometimes the classrooms are so disassociated with what's happening in the world, and they're built on curriculums out there that aren't that instead of making a comparison between what's happening in Russia today or Israel and Palestine's, we have to follow the curriculum, which gives a certain structure towards a test. Or in some states, in the United States, you can't teach or challenge anything in history because you have to teach patriotism, which is going on in Colorado right now, right? So at the basis of Boal is that ability to critique and rewrite history and to use our bodies to what's happening. So Boal could be as simple as what we're doing right now, which is having a dialogue, right? Right. But we're like-minded. We know each other. We're having that dialogue. But suppose you have a kid that you've never been in their world and they've never been in your world, and you're having a critical dialogue about a common interest. Our common interest is this curriculum, this class, what we're thinking about. You find a common interest between these two people, you have a possibility for change. That's the whole theory behind two worlds colliding, two discourses coming together. You have a possibility for real change, real enlightenment. I think that's one thing about Boal and understanding that. The power of using our bodies and language is so therapeutic in America because these spaces, these critical spaces where we're taking a kid that hasn't been on stage before and we're giving the stage to communicate with the community, but also communicate with you and I, right? Like in the theater group that I work with, they don't want to do radical plays. They want to do a play called Almost Maine, which is the most popular high school play, college play last year, all about little love stories up in Maine. And they loved it. They thought it was hilarious. And they had 150 people in attendance, and they were stars. But it wasn't about the fame. It was about something that people could share with them, this story, a narrative that had nothing to do with their lives except for the theme of relationships, what they could connect to. And you get to see them in new lights and everything else. And these are kids that have terrible past histories, tragic. And they're able to rise to the occasion and trust each other and so forth. So that's the power of theater, a place for community, a place to see people in different light, but also to work together.